Have you noticed how difficult it is these days to make choices? There seem to be so many possibilities and they are all attractive. Sometimes we wonder how we can make right choices. There is a well-known therapist, Rollo May, who has said that the difficulty to make choices is really a chronic illness of our times. Making choices, I think, is difficult because there are so many alternatives and they're all good. We sometimes fear to make the wrong choice so that we will lose something that we think is important. And then we don't know the outcome of our choices. Maybe we have a lack of experience, or maybe we have become detached from the older generation and cannot tap into their life wisdom. What is the most important choice in your life? Now, don't go away. We're going to explore this theme further.
We have a great heritage. So great, some people say we should just rewind. But what if we tried something else? Keep the mission, but contextualize it for today. Keep the message, but in words we can experience. Keep the spirit, and live it an authentic everyday life. You can't rewind to the past, but you can reframe how you live in the present. CSPS, Authentic Adventist Resources as you reach today's world. Reframe.info.
I have a confession to make. I am a book fan. To me, a book has value just because it is a book. And because of that, I have collected quite a lot of them during the years. I like books for many reasons, not just because it is a book, but also because it is a path to knowledge, which is something that I seek. I use books in my work. I like to do research and look up many books at the same time and try to solve problems. And so books have become something that I have become very attached to. I like to look at them, I like to feel them, and I like to go and take out one title and just open it for a while and make sure that it is there. But then one day I realized that I had a big problem. I had too many books. It just didn't look well, and I agreed with my wife that we would try to get rid of quite a few of them so that we would clear it out. The problem was, which ones would I get rid of and which ones would I keep? That was a terrible situation, very difficult choice to make. But as I thought of it, and now that I think back to that time, it seems to me that I had to simply decide what was valuable to me. What did I need? Books that were needed, not books because they were books, but books that I needed would be what I kept. So I started thinking, what do I really need? Well, that depends on what I will do in the future. And so who I am, what I will do with my life, all these fundamental questions about myself had to be asked, and then I could answer the question of what to keep and what not. I decided to keep books that could help me in my life. Books about people, about psychology, about the Bible, about God, and many other such things. Also, a book that would be useful for my work would be important. Books that would cover my interests so that I could grow and develop in those areas that interest me. I also felt that there was some space for a few books that had an emotional and nostalgic value. My first reading book when I was 7 years old, for example, and that sort of thing. I think you know what I mean. Now, as I said, this generated a lot of questions about myself, who I am and where I want to go. How will I spend the remaining part of my life? Am I going to write any books or articles? Will I need this and that book in that context? And so making choices is fundamental to us. I had to make difficult choices concerning these books. Choices reflect my values, and they create my values. What I cherish, what I find is important, is something that influences my choice. What is your choice concerning God? You know, making no choice about Him is to have made a choice, because with God you either choose Him or you don't. So what does it mean really to choose God? The Bible instructs us on this, and I would like to give you 3 examples. One example is found in Psalm 73, verse 25, where it says, "Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you." See, choosing God is an exclusive choice. It discards all alternatives in the whole universe and places God as the only one. Above all, He becomes the focus of all my inner concentration, and the highest biblical commandment, therefore, is this: love the Lord your God with all your soul, with all your heart, and with all your strength. Another example from the Bible of this principle is found in Matthew 6, verse 33. "Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Choosing God first means to value His kingdom, His will, and His righteousness, His love, above anything else. It is the highest value that you can think of. And also to receive all as gifts from Him. The third example is found in Romans 12, verse 2. And we read this: "Don't conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is." Choosing God means to change, to get a new way of thinking. When you are in relationship with Him, you do not continue being as you are, but you change, because how you relate to Him influences you. You then will not want to follow the traditions of men, but you are thinking God's thoughts and see the world from a cosmic perspective, and you see also our own role in it. Facing a choice of God means that you must decide what values are important to you. It means that you have to know yourself. You have to look inside and see what is in you. What kind of person are you? What is important to you? How do you behave? What do you normally choose if you have an option? And so test yourself concerning what really means a lot to you. Is it God? Or is it other gods that call for your devotion? Gods that keep you busy? Gods that you are dependent on? Is it God's will and His love, or all those material things that you feel are primary? Is it a mind filled with the pattern of this world, or is it a renewed mind that is able to appreciate God's will for your life?